I had a shower thought last night. Well, it wasn't even like last night. It was really, if we're being technical, if we're gonna be strict with our logistics, it was actually 4 a.m. this morning. Yeah, but to me that was last night. You see, I was up all night or up all morning, right? No, I don't think you can transfer over to morning until the sun rises. That's when you can be like, "Good morning." But before that, no, it's still night. Don't be doing all this. If someone says good morning to you at 2 a.m., first of all, what are you doing hanging out with that person at 2 a.m.? That if someone says good morning 2 a.m., that's not someone you want to be with at 2 a.m. I'll just start there. But then even, if they're going to say that and you haven't already identified that person as someone not to hang out with, I think that's a dead giveaway. I think that's where you're like, okay, so I don't know why I thought this was nice all this time. We're done. Let's just not. But no, I was up all night, recording, or not recording, sorry, editing, finishing editing this video right here. Boom. I recorded that. Sorry, you're going to see a little bit behind the scenes, right? I recorded that I checked September 12th, 2021. So, yes, it's been a solid 4 months since I recorded that, but that's when, I recorded a bunch of things. And I'm only now, getting my life back on track. So I finally edited that and posted it, and I think it's doing well. I posted it about, actually exactly 9 hours ago, and I think it's doing well so far. I know I'm certainly doing well. I should make a podcast and name it after that phrase I just said. God. But I had a shower thought last night. And actually, it wasn't even a shower thought because I didn't shower. I mean, I do shower. Trust me, I do. I'm a clean boy. But it was when I was brushing my teeth. No one ever says, I had a brushing teeth thought. What even, what is that? That's not a thing. I thought of another joke, but that's inappropriate, so I'm not going to go there. Yeah, but no one ever says, I had a brushing thought. Well, you can have a brushing thought. When you're like on a subway and you like brush up against someone and then suddenly you're wet, you have a quick brushing thought of, oh, I shouldn't brush against anyone else ever again because now I'm damp. I'm mysteriously damp, and that worries me. That sounds terrible out of context. God damn it. Uh, but no, no one ever has brushing thoughts. Brushing thoughts? No. Um, anyways, I did have a brushing thought. I had a brushing teeth thought. Okay, sorry. I had a brushing teeth thought. And what was this thought? I'm a liar again. It wasn't even when I was brushing my teeth. Actually, no, this counts. Sorry. I'm getting hung up on the logistics of the whole thing. I was reaching for my mouthwash, right? Because I said, I've started to use mouthwash. We have a good thing going. Been together probably a month or so. And, yeah, we're doing oral. So I would say things are going well. Stupid. Except for some reason, I'm actually left with a fresh taste in my mouth afterwards. Anyways, god damn it, man. Okay, can I just say, you go through mouthwash a lot faster than I thought you did. I mean, I don't know if that's because I'm just drinking it by the cups, but no, it's disappearing quite fast. I got the smaller bottle because I was like, oh, I'm not gonna. Well, first I didn't even know if it was gonna be a thing I was into. You know, it's no, that's bad. Um, but no, I think we can take it to the next step. I think I can go for the deluxe package, you know, and get the bigger one because I've been running through this mouthwash without any care in the world. Been gargling and spitting all day long, which is factually inaccurate because it's twice a day. It's not all day long. Morning, night. But if you connect that with a line, that's all day. Look at me. I knew I was right all along. I'm right about everything. And that statement's right because I'm right about everything. Ooh, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, folks. But I had a mouthwash thought because as I reached to my mouthwash, I thought, what is mouthwash? Like, what am I doing Like, what is this? I don't know. It's the same thing with, maybe I've talked about it here. I know I've talked about this with, if you ever talk to me in real life, I feel like I run this idea by you at least once. If I haven't, I guess we just haven't talked enough. I'm sorry. But I almost always run this idea by everyone that I talk to that I don't know what's in Gatorade, but I still drink the shit out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when people are like, I don't know what's in the vaccine. I'm like, but you know what is in a blue flavored drink that gives you electrolytes? I don't know what electrolytes are, and I'm an electrical engineering major. You don't think that doesn't add up? That's stupid. But yeah, I don't know what's in Gatorade, and I happily ingest the shit out of that. I played baseball growing up. I had a whole system, you know? We would only play like 7 innings when we were little because I guess we're just the worst, you know? Like we were like, all right, time for the seventh inning stretch. And then we just stretched our way out of the game. Ooh, that was rough to listen to. Imagine saying it. Yeah, I feel worse on this end. Yeah, we would seventh inning get into our stretch limos because that's how you get to baseball games. Stretch limos. That's right. Little League has gone bougie. There's nothing you can do about it. It's honestly a reflection of inflation in our society. Anyways, yeah, no, in baseball, Little League, I had this like I would start the game with like a blue Gatorade, or no, the baseball diamond or the fields. It was weird. It was a conglomerate. I don't know what that word means, but it was a conglomerate of 4 fields with a snack bar right in the middle. That was like the Little League setup. And the snack bar, they were a Powerade house. You know how places are like Coke or Pepsi? Well, like Little League, you know, environments are either Powerade or Gatorade houses. So we were a Powerade house. I feel like Powerade is the Pepsi of that relationship. It's not quite as mainstream, but if you like it, you're like really into it, you know? And I think I was that way. I was really into Powerade, even though, you know, Gatorade's more mainstream. But I would start the game, you know, like a blue Powerade, and in like fourth inning, my mom would come over to the dugout and she'd be like, blue or red? And I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling red now. You know, we started blue. Let's go red, though. I had a good start pitching. So, you know what? I'm feeling a little fierce, feeling a little feisty. Let's go red. And then, you know, I'd get red. But Jesus, man, ingesting that much Powerade, that can't be good. But I thought it was great. You know, I was breaking a sweat, charging up with these electrolytes. I was consuming D cell batteries, and I felt on top of the world, you know? So I don't know what's in Gatorade, but I still love that stuff so much. This isn't anything, I just want to say it. I think Twinkies taste like shit. Anyways, mouthwash. I got thinking, I was like, I don't even know what this is. Like, I don't know what it's doing to my mouth. Like, is this bad? Because I just watched a bit. I think I know why I started thinking about this. Because I was watching a video on YouTube. It was this quick, like, minute and a half video about how to clean your teeth. And it was like this 3D animation showing how you're supposed to brush and then how you're supposed to floss. And that gets out plaque. I was like, oh, that's so interesting. And so when I reached for the mouthwash, that video played in my head. And I imagined the mouthwash going into my mouth and like taking out, you know, all that gross plaque and all that like black coloring that they had put in the video. And I was like, well, I know that sugar, because of the video, sugar like eats away at your teeth. But then I was like, doesn't mouthwash eat away at your teeth? But I was like, no, no, no. That's the way they designed it. It's not going to eat away at your teeth. It eats away at the stuff on top of your teeth. But then, you know, scope creep. What if it starts chipping away at your teeth too? But no, that's not how the technology works. Come on, guy, get your head in the game. Troy Bolton. Doctors are behind this, you know, scientists. Actually, well, we don't trust them, do we? Anyways, I started thinking, wait, what if mouthwash, you know, Sure. I mean, 99% of the time, 99.99, it's just chipping away at the plaque or whatever. But I'm like, what if it's slightly, ever so slightly deteriorating our teeth, like, erosion and whatever? Now we're getting into, now you can see, oh yeah, this is why this guy went into engineering. Yeah, okay, easy. But what if it starts, wearing down on our teeth? And then it got me thinking, wait a minute, humans are built just like iPhones. We're built to die. Isn't that crazy? Like, we're built to run out of battery one day. And as our lifespan goes on, our battery gets, weaker and weaker. You go to sleep, you wake up, and you're like, I could do that again, actually. I guess I woke up at 100%, but it's suddenly 4 p.m. and I could actually, use a little recharge again. Because, yeah, this is not, I'm in the red. This At 4 p.m., I'm getting a notification that's like, would you like to go into low power mode? And I was like, yes, I would love a nap. That would be great. And so it got me thinking as I reached for my mouthwash that, oh my God, humans are built just like iPhones. We're built to die. We were designed to die. But then it's like, wait, what's going to replace us? Because iPhones, they're built to die, so you buy the new one. But what does that mean for humans? Is there a new human we're supposed to buy? Wait a minute. I just found the answer to life. So we have souls, and our bodies are iPhones. And our bodies are built to die so that our souls can go on to the new improved model. But the cool part is we don't get to know what that is yet. So that's what happens. You're welcome. I just solved life. Oh man. But speaking of like healthy humans and like endings, I've started eating Dove. Well, here, let me tell you. I looked up because I want a snack because, I'm a human. And so I looked up what are healthy snacks because sometimes I eat so many peanut butter M&Ms and I'm like, oh, I can feel like everything just getting slower, And I'm like, this is bad. So I'm like, what are healthy snacks to eat? How does that work? And I saw that two snacks that were healthy were like almonds and dark chocolate. I was like, oh, no way. Cool. So I, killed two birds with one stone. And see, there's a joke there. But what is it? I killed two birds with one stone, and guess what? I had double. Nope. I killed two birds with one stone, and guess what? I had the 5-piece from KFC that night. Because the bird's a chicken. Get it? Oh boy. But I killed two birds with one stone, and I bought that Dove dark chocolate almond, this stuff. And so I've been eating some of these, and it's interesting. I was like, wait, why do I feel healthier when I eat this? And because it's still chocolate, it's candy. Come on, guys, snap out of it. It's candy you're eating, you dumbass. And it's because medicine, my bad, medicine tastes bad. And that's how we know it's medicine. And so I was like, oh, personally, I've always been a milk chocolate man. I mean, look at myself, Look at this complexion. But no, I've always been more into milk chocolate. Never been a dark chocolate guy. I just don't like the taste of it. I like the creaminess of a milk chocolate, And it's like, Gauruv, stop talking about yourself. Oh, stop it, you. But yeah, I don't know. Dark is just too rich. Is that the word? And I'm into poor stuff, That's not even okay. But yeah, I've never been to the taste of dark chocolate. And so when I eat this dark chocolate with almonds, this candy, it doesn't taste great to me. And so it's almost like a medicine. And so because it doesn't taste great, I've tricked myself into being like, this is healthy. And now I unironically feel healthy when I eat dark chocolate almond or dark chocolate with almonds. Isn't that some crazy mental gymnastics that I've done to be like, oh, this is so healthy? Like I literally pop one and I'm like, well, Probably don't have to work out today, because like I'm probably the face of health. Like I'm sure what Sports Illustrated's probably knocking on my door right about now because they're like, "What's your secret?" I'm like, it just comes naturally. What can I say? They say you are what you eat, but nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna make a joke about that. Uh, nope. See, I even went back and considered it, and nope, vetoed it. No, no, sir, don't do that. But I don't know if you know this. These little Dove chocolates, they usually have a message in the wrapper. I don't know if you ever had them, but they have this message in the wrapper, and it's. I think they're so stupid because they have people's names under them. They're like Becca G from South Carolina said this, and you're like, all right, why is that on my chocolate though? Hmm? Or on the wrapper that's encasing my chocolate, enclosing my little vitamin. I don't get who writes these things. Are these made up people? I don't know. But they're like less inspiring Snapple uh, facts because they're not facts. They're just stupid things that some person said from somewhere. At least Snapple, it's like a fact. It's like you get to learn and improve as a human. With this one, it's like I've someone's opinion or someone's like thought has been forced upon me, and I'm like, I guess that's why it feels even more healthy to me. First, I don't even like. I'm not in love with the taste, and then I gotta like listen to someone. The whole thing feels very, forced. And so that's why I think it's healthy. But recently I read one and I saved it. And it's so stupid. I walked by it every day this week. And I was like, remember to bring this into your room before you record your podcast. And of course, I forgot. But it's over by my sink. And if I remember correctly, it's something along the lines of all endings are happy. So, nope. Okay. Can I just be right back? I just want to make sure I get it right so I can just reel into it. Be right back. So, the Dove quote right here, it reads, "Everyone has a happy ending. If you're not happy, it's not the end." And who said this? This one doesn't even have a name. It just says Dove. Okay, so this one reads, "Everyone has a happy ending. If you're not happy, it's not the end." That's just subjectively wrong. That's that's wrong. I'm sorry. Some people have the most unhappy endings ever. And this is where I bring up, the end of a life happening. Some people die in very dire circumstances. And so to say, you know, that everyone has a happy ending, all right, easy. Let's not get carried away here, you little piece of chocolate. Which is also what the last girl I dated would always say to me. All right, let's not get carried away here, you little piece of chocolate. Stupid. Um, yeah, I just hate this. I really fucking hate this. This is stupid. Everyone has a happy ending. If you're not happy, it's not the end. I don't like um what is it? Un something. Oh, unwarranted? No. I don't like things that are just optimistic for the sake of being optimistic. It's like, what grounds do you stand on, sir? Huh? What do you have the absolute gall to say this, huh? Where'd you muster up the temerity to say this shit to me, huh? It's bull crap. That's what it is. Yeah, get the pooper scooper. Because this is fucking shit. I don't know why I said that so aggressively. Um, but then I thought about it. Yeah, this idea that people keep having to put meanings into things. Like, I think sometimes, things just end. And I don't think that there has to be, you know, well, it ended and it ended for a reason. You ever have that happen? Something ends in your life and someone always comes in, someone real wise in your life, a role model even, comes in and is like, well, sometimes things have to end for a reason. And it's like, no, sometimes things just end because they end, which is stupid because I don't even fucking agree with what I just said. I think, the whole everything happens for a reason. I don't know if everything happens for a reason, but like whenever something happens and it's bad, I think it's bad initially, but I think if it's ever going to be good, you don't know when it's going to be good. That's the whole thing. I hate when people are like, it's okay. You'll see that this happened for a good reason. But they make it seem like, oh, in 2 weeks. No, I mean, it could take fucking 15 years for the, goodness of this to come through. I forgot what it was, but I was thinking about something earlier this week. And this is meaningless because I don't even remember what the fuck I was thinking about. But I thought about something 9 years ago that happened to me. And I don't for the life of me remember what it was. But I remember earlier this week, something that happened 9 years ago just like made sense to me. Or I just realized that, oh, you know what? I'm glad that happened. Because now I know this. Or I kind of get why that happened. Fuck. I wish I remembered what that was. But I don't know. It's always weird to me when like, and maybe this is my opposition to like English classes growing up, like that whole overused joke about like sometimes a blue sky is just a blue sky. It doesn't have to represent sadness or all that bullshit. I kind of always have given into that, but then I'm also the guy that's always like, everything has meaning. Like, how do you not see this? How do you not see that, when they do this or they act this way or, they use this color or this is something that this means this? How do you not see that? See, I say both things. At the end of the day, I'm just a hypocrite. But I think all people are hypocrites, right? I was thinking about that the other day. That everyone in life has always been a hypocrite at some point. Like no one cannot be a hypocrite. It's the same thing as making mistakes. Like to be human is to make mistakes. Like they're one and the same. Or like you can't have one without the other. That's wrong. You can have mistakes and not be human. That's called an error in like computers or whatever, right? Or like animals can make mistakes. Like a bird's like, I can fly now, and then he just walks off a nest and is like, well, as he's plummeting to his death, he's like, well, I guess I actually can't fly now. I overestimated my abilities. But I was thinking about this, and earlier this week I was going on a walk, and I was thinking about making mistakes. Like, whenever we design computers or like systems or like automate anything, like you can't have mistakes. It has to be perfect. And then I started thinking, wait a minute, is perfection the absence of mistakes? And then that would mean that emotions are not perfect. And if something's not perfect in like a system, like if you do have a mistake, if you're like making, if you're trying to automate something, and there is a mistake, that's a flaw. And then it got me thinking, wait a minute, doesn't that mean that human emotions are a flaw? And then I started thinking about, wait, does that mean it's bad? The humans are flawed, and then in turn, it's bad that humans feel emotions. And then I was like, nope, you're comparing apples to oranges, you idiot. It's the same thing as, like, I don't have gills. Fish have gills. That's not a flaw on my end. It's just a design difference, for different circumstances. So, like, we always look at robots and we're like, they're perfect because they don't make mistakes. But that's because they're robots. Humans make mistakes because we're humans. It's kind of part of our DNA. And so I was thinking about it earlier this week that, we always say, I don't know, this whole thing about emotions, like, aren't emotions inherently flawed? But that's not a bad thing because that's what makes us human. Which is weird because, Yeah, we call it a flaw. And flaws are things like, oh, you got to change that, you know? But no, emotions are flawed, but that's by design. I don't know if it's designed that way, it's just how it turned out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Can you shut the fuck up? That's why we need to get rid of humans and replace them with robots. Then we wouldn't have fucking noise at 9 p.m. on a Sunday. I don't know if you can hear that. There's like a bunch of. It sounds like, you know, when people take a giant garbage or a trash can, you know, the garbage can, and they just dump that shit over. You always hear that, like it's banging against the truck. Anyways, speaking of like how imperfect humans are, there's something I realized when I went on a walk this week. You know, I talk about that. I go on walks pretty regularly. And I've been trying to do it a little more, you know, getting out, but that's been a failed effort. I still do it like once a week. Um, but I went on a walk earlier this week, and there's something that I've been doing for now. I think it's been a year and a half that I do it every time. Ever since I started taking walks around the campus, there's something I do. And I don't know why it took me like a year and a half to realize that I do it. No, because I think about it. Every time I do it, I realize I'm doing it. But actually thought about it yesterday. As I was doing it, I was like, hey, why do you do this? And every time I take a walk around the campus, it's usually near the end of my walk. There's a very specific room that I go to. Obviously, I can't like go in the building, but I can see the room from outside the building. I go and I look inside that room, and I just kind of look and stare into the room for about 5 seconds. And it's because I think almost exactly 2 years ago today, that's like I have a really good memory of something or yeah, I have a really good memory of something that happened in that room. It's a really like happy moment. And every time I finish my walk, I make sure to visit and look in that room and just stare at it. And I didn't think about it until this most recent time yesterday. When I was staring at it, I was like, wait, why do I keep doing this? And I didn't have an answer. I just, for a year and a half, have been going up to this window, staring in a room for 5 seconds, and then walking away. Because 2 years ago, I had like a good memory associated with that area. And so it doesn't make any sense. I thought about it. I was like, when I walk up to this window and I look in here, what am I expecting? And I don't have an answer. I don't know what the fuck I'm expecting. And I legitimately thought about it for like 20 more minutes. I walked back to my car. I was driving back to my apartment. And the whole time I was thinking about it, I was like, why do you keep doing that? And I really didn't have an answer. I don't know why the fuck I do that. I had a very happy memory 2 years ago in that room. And so every time I walk by it, you know, I just gotta take a moment and stare inside of it. Like some magical thing's gonna happen. Like the same feeling of that memory is gonna like come back all of a sudden, and I'm gonna be like happy. It's that, isn't it? I'm chasing that happiness, but it's the most lazy chase ever. It's kind of like when you throw what is no, you have like a string attached to like a ball and you throw it and your dog goes and chases it, but then you just kind of like pull the string back. It's like that. No, it's not. I don't know what it's like. It's a lazy effort, but it's still a thing I keep doing. Yeah, I don't think this can get any better. But let me think about it. Let me think about it right now. So I think I landed on that I keep chasing this thing, right? But I know objectively there's no way I can ever feel that again. Like, so then why do I do it? I think it's that as long as I keep doing that, I'll still have that memory. Oh, and is it in some place in my brain? Am I like, if I don't go and do that, the memory will disappear? No, because that's not how memory works. Or memories work. When I was little, I used to have like a severe, I think, hoarding problem. I would keep very miscellaneous items. I went to this private elementary school for a few years, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and with lunch, they would always have this very, um, fancy packet wrapped in plastic with a napkin and a spork. That was all that was in it, a napkin and a spork. And this napkin I would rarely use as intended, which is like, maybe wipe the corners of your mouth and clean up because I was a pretty clean kid. And also, I just didn't eat much probably. So there was nothing really getting dirty. But this napkin, I would have it, I would put it in my pocket, and then something would happen on a day, and it would make me happy, or it'd be something that, I would want to remember. And I would go home, and I would quickly, without anyone seeing, I would go to the lowest shelf of my drawers where I keep shorts. And I would go and take these napkins, and sometimes the spork made it home too. And I would put them under my shorts, put them under these beach towels that I had. Beach towels go in the lower shelf because you don't use them very often. So I would shove a bunch of napkins and sporks under beach towels. And I remember one day, like, my mom was helping me clean my room, and she, like, unearthed this, stash I had created. And she's like, what the fuck is this? And I think I was a little older at that point. And I realized, oh my God, yeah. I would save these items because I thought if I saved them, the memory that I had that day was attached to them. So as long as I had the physical item, I would have that memory as well. And I think there's that same logic. Even though it doesn't make sense, I think I'm following that same logic when I visit this room. I think as long as I visit that room, I will have that happy memory. But I'll have it. Even if that fucking building gets destroyed, I'll still have it. That memory. And I know that. So why do I keep visiting this room? And I can't explain it. And I think it just goes back to that thing, that humans sometimes do things that don't make sense. Humans are inherently flawed, and that's what makes us human. That's kind of what I learned this week, or was reminded. I think we all know that, but there's sometimes when I think we have to be reminded that. Because it's fucking insane to operate on all, be firing on all cylinders and be a human being. It's like, no, you can't do that. We fuck up a lot because that's what we are. We're fuck ups. We fucking feel. And going by our definition of like flawed and perfect, to feel an emotion is flawed, right? So then why do we still hold ourselves to the standard of being perfect? Because we'll never be. Is this guy losing his mind? Yeah, I think so. Oh, man. So yeah, I guess I'm curious. You don't have to comment, but I'm curious. Just think to yourself, I guess, as an independent activity. Do you do things, or like, do you visit places that no one else knows about for no reason? Like, there's certain like little rituals, that you do probably that don't make any fucking sense. And if someone was with you, you wouldn't do them. Like, if I was walking with someone, I would walk right by that building. I would not stop and stare in a room for 5 seconds, because then I would have to try to explain what I just tried to explain. And you can see it doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's interesting because there are certain people in my life that if I was with them and I walked by that room, I would actually stop, because I wouldn't care that they would ask me, wait, why are you doing that? Because I would have no problem explaining that story. So yeah, that's one of my little rituals that makes no fucking sense, but does make me human. So yeah, I think what I'm really saying is I just want to be a robot. I've been watching Book of Boba Fett, and those people get like robotic replacements, and they're like all around their body. I guess I'm just jealous, Fennec Shan. She was left for dead. Not the video game, but she was shot in the gut. No way she's gonna survive. A dude put pipes in her stomach. And boom, she can survive. Because she's got a stomach that looks like the tops of like a organ, one of those pianos with the big metal tubes. Her stomach looks like those metal tubes. I think I'm just jealous. No. I'm still reading off this list. I have some good stuff on here, you know? Oh, and then speaking of like things that don't make sense, this is something I did. And I'm like, I don't know how to explain this. So let me just tell you what I did. I pulled into the parking lot and I got out of my car and I thought I was in this parking lot alone. You know, the place is full of cars, but you just think like, oh, no one's in these cars. But I get out of my car, and as I get out of my car, I see like 2 cars over the way I have to go. There's a girl just sitting in the driver's seat. She's like on her phone or whatever. I was like, she knows I'm here because I like pulled in. She can fully see the car out of her peripheral. And she's like, okay, so that person got there. But I didn't know for the first half of me pulling in that, oh, there's another person here. And so I was like, okay, she knows I'm here, but she's still under the assumption that I don't know that she's there. So I was like, okay, let's keep this going. So I just kept acting. I got some stuff out of my car, like the water bottle I took with me and whatever else, like my mask, and make sure I got my wallet. And I locked my car, but I made sure not to look at her. I just went head down and I just like acted like, I twirled my keys or whatever. And I just tried to act like I didn't see her because I wanted her to remain with this idea that, oh, he doesn't know that I'm right here. How cool is that? You ever be in somewhere and you're watching someone, you're like, isn't it so interesting that they don't know I'm here? But I knew she was there. This is where we reverse the roles. I know that she's there. She doesn't. Oh wait, no, we both know that we're there, but she doesn't know I saw her. So I walk past, no big deal. I'm like, she's probably thinking, oh, he doesn't know I'm in here. So then when I get in my apartment, I lock my car one more time. I go beep. But I had already locked my car beforehand. I already, beep. So this was the second beep. And in my head, I was like, the reason I did the second beep is because I wanted in her head to create the story that, oh, this guy just came and parked next to me. He walked by me. He had no idea I was here. And he locked his car. That's good. But then, oh, it went off again. Oh, you know what? That guy forgot if he locked his car or not, and he did it again. How funny is that? I wanted her to have that story in her head. Even though I knew I locked my car, I was like, I want to see, even though there's literally no way I could ever see unless I like take the security tapes. But like, I wanted her to have this like story of like, or like just laugh and be like, he thinks he forgot to lock his car. That's why I beeped again. And so in the off chance of like her having that idea, I was like, let's lock my car again. See, doesn't make any fucking sense. But I was like, and then I took joy in the hypothetical idea that happened. I was like, if she can create that story in her head and then like let out a little like breathy like, that's awesome. And so I like amused myself because I was like, oh, that happened. When in reality, she was probably just fucking playing Fruit Ninja and didn't pay attention to fucking anything. She probably didn't even see me pull in. But yeah, that's what makes her human. That she doesn't give a fuck about anything except Fruit Ninja. And that's what makes me human. That I wanted to create a giant hypothetical story in which she laughs and then that makes me laugh. Doesn't make any fucking sense. But it happened. And you can't deny that. It is undeniable that we are human. And that's what I was reminded of this week. I got this new sweater. I think it's really cool. So thanks for watching the roundtable. If you did, it's really fun to make videos again, because I'm doing that. And yeah, a lot of people are listening to this podcast. So I mean, not like a lot of people, but like relatively, like people are listening to this. So thank you. That's dope. It's really cool. I don't know how to see. I don't know how to say thank you. So thanks. Oh Jesus, this guy sucks. Oh yeah, from SpongeBob. Oh brother, this guy sucks. Anyways, thanks for listening. I will talk at you next week. Okay. Bye.